decide if they have a case against a murder suspect, they must consider 3 key factors. Firstly, does that person have a motive? If so, did they have the opportunity to carry out the crime? Finally, did they have the means? The problem facing police investigating our next case was that even though the murder took place in a small Sussex village, there were a number of people who were all prime suspects. Could all of them have been party to a murder?
There we are. Now are you comfy?
Oh, don't go yet, Terry. There's a little something for you in an envelope over there.
Of course I'll stay.
Daddow, Terry and Jean. Because of malicious gossip, we'd like it known they are happily married and together. All have been proved by solicitors, etc., not guilty of fraud, theft, or senility. You were a long time tonight, Mrs. Brown.
Well, you know what she's like. Wouldn't let me go. Still, you've got to speculate to accumulate.
I'm going out.
All right, love. I'll just catch the end of the news.
News at 10 from Alistair.
We attended the scene of the shooting straight away, obviously, and spoke to Mrs. Daddow, who said that she had been upstairs at the time that the incident had happened. It was apparent that Mr. Daddow had answered the door and had been shot at point-blank range with a shotgun.
Go on, love. Terry used to be a financial advisor. He helped Mrs. Brown with her affairs. They became friends. She was very grateful.
Obviously.
Whatever her nephew says, it was all above board.
I'm sure it was, Jean. Only buying someone a country house, it's a lot of money, isn't it?
Well, that's no reason to spread vicious rumours and kill someone, is it?
All right, Jean. All right. Mrs. Brown's nephew. Where do we find him?
The nephew, Michael Brown, was arrested and his home searched.
Right. I want to know what the bloody hell's going on.
Calm down, Mr. Brown. We found this in your house. The Daddows obviously believed that you were behind the gossip. It's plain that there's no love lost between you and them, isn't it?
Well, I admit that.
I mean, it's not surprising. One minute, Terry Daddow is your aunt's financial advisor. The next, she's giving him a gift of, how much was it, Dave?
£162,000.
It's not the money. She's my aunt. I don't want to see some bloody crook conning her out of every penny she's got. You know, he was even starting to call her mum. She's an old lady. She's confused. How would you feel?
I grant you, Mr. Brown, I wouldn't be too pleased if it was happening to my aunt. But I wouldn't shoot someone over it.
No, nor did I.
Quite simple, Mr. Brown. You tell me where you were at 10:30 p.m. last night, and if it checks out, you're free to go.
I was having a drink with John Cruttenden.
Right, John Cruttenden. And where might I find this Mr. John Cruttenden?
That's right. The former Assistant Chief Constable of Kent. Can I go home now?
The officers were back to square one. Another blow came when Jean Daddow accused officers of stealing £10,000 from her house. Immediately suspicious, they looked into her background and went to see her son, Terry Daddow's stepson.
Look, I'll make no secret of the fact. I couldn't stand the man. He used to knock my mum about. Ask her doctor. Ask the neighbours, who was always covered in bruises. He wanted to take me home away.
What do you mean?
The place where I live is owned by my mum. He wanted to sell it and move down to Cornwall. I'm telling you, it don't surprise me someone wanted to shoot him. And he won't be missed.
It's routine, Mr. Blackman, but can you tell us where you were on the night of the murder?
The officers that went and interviewed Roger Blackman weren't happy with him on the basis of his admitted poor relationship with his stepfather. But having said that, he gave an alibi at that particular time, which on the face of it checked out in the form of Robert Bell.
No, you see, it's like this. In the SAS, I mean, they're not just looking for bullet fodder. I mean, they want experienced soldiers, you know, men who can think.
Really? Did you actually, kill someone?
Robert Bell was a Walter Mitty character. Far from having served in the SAS, he'd been an army cook.
The sort of actions I was involved with, and you're not really allowed to discuss it, you know.
House-to-house inquiries continued.
Well, there was this rather odd-looking man a little while back. Said his name was Adam, I think. He was calling at all the houses. He was concerned about how the local building work would affect the badgers.
Adam, you say? Receding mousy hair, close cropped, 5'10", medium build?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
The badger conservationist had been seen in the area a few hours before the murder.
So that's it. Like I say, mate, I wish I could help. I was in the army, so I know a bit about guns. Know the kind of damage a 12 bore can do.
Bell's statement corroborated Blackman's alibi.
Cheers.
But Bell's own face had attracted the attention of detectives.
Steve?
Stu.
That Bell. What's he like?
Army nut. Thinks he's a bit of a hard man. You know the type.
What's he look like?
About 5'10", receding hair, medium build.
Could the Badger Conservationist and Robert Adam Bell be one and the same? The Badger Conservation Group did not exist, and by now Bell had gone on holiday to Florida. The link between Bell and the Daddows was Jean's son, Roger. Moore and his team discovered Blackman was a drug dealer. One of the people who owed him money was Bell. Bell had lied about his reason for being near the Daddows' house at the time of the murder and was resisting requests to return from America. But if he was the killer, who'd put him up to it? Blackman hated his stepfather, but where did Jean fit into the puzzle?
Right, watch this.
I was in bed. I heard a bang and came running down the stairs. When I got to the hallway, I saw Terry. I ran towards him. There was blood everywhere. I cradled him in my arms. But he was dead.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
Well, she called the police at 10:45, but we've got a witness who heard the gun at 10:30. Well, it doesn't take 15 minutes to come down the stairs, see your husband's dead and call us.
That's only half the story, Linda. This nightdress is the rest of it. She cradled him in her arms. Forensics have been over that, and they can't find a drop of blood on it. She didn't touch him.
Attention focused on Bell, who'd finally agreed to return to England.
I'm arresting you.
Roger Blackman was arrested the next day. Then came the answer to something that had been puzzling from the start.
Yes, what's the rush?
Jean knew we'd check her finances after the murder, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I've checked her accounts. There are over 30 of them here, look at this. It's a withdrawal for £10,000. Well, she knew we'd eventually find it and asked what the money was spent on. I think this is contract money. The money she used to have Terry killed off.
The £10,000 was a very important part of the investigation because Mrs. Daddow, by pointing the finger of suspicion at the inquiry team, had clearly tried to explain away the missing monies which we would find during the various transactions between the different bank accounts. What we were saying was that £10,000 was the money that was used to actually pay the killer for the deed.
As police moved in on Jean Daddow, they discovered she'd taken an overdose and left a letter claiming she'd been driven to it by police harassment. But her desperate attempt to escape justice failed.
Jean Daddow, I'm arresting you for the murder of your husband. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say will be written down and given in evidence.